Here's why the dragon took Daenerys' body away. Jon Snow's guilt, Drogon's grief, and the hidden meaning. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. After 8 seasons of betrayal, bloodshed, war, and prophecy, Game of Thrones concluded with a moment that stunned viewers around the world. Jon Snow stabbing Daenerys Targaryen in the heart just moments after she achieved what she believed was her destiny. And then, in a gut-wrenching moment, Drogon, Daenerys' last surviving dragon, lets out a heartbroken roar, melts the Iron Throne with his fiery breath, and then gently scoops up his mother's lifeless body before flying away into the unknown. But where did Drogon go? And more importantly, why did the dragon take Daenerys' body? Was it grief? Was it love? Was it something more mystical? Or was there a deeper reason tied to the very soul of Westeros? This video will break down every theory, every detail, and every possibility to explain once and for all why Drogon took Daenerys' body away. The moment Jon Snow killed Daenerys was the tragic climax of an already devastating finale. Daenerys, after defeating Cersei and the Lannister army, took King's Landing with fire and fury. Thousands of innocents perished under Drogon's flames. Jon, torn between his love for Daenerys and his loyalty to the people of Westeros, saw no other choice. The look in Drogon's eyes when he finds her corpse is unforgettable. He doesn't attack Jon, even though he's the killer. Instead, he unleashes his wrath on the Iron Throne, the symbol of all corruption and power. Why? Because Drogon, more than just a beast, understood. Or perhaps he was bound by something even deeper, a magical link to Daenerys' spirit. And that brings us to the first major theory, the bond between dragon and rider. Dragons in the world of Westeros are not mindless beasts. They share a magical bond with their riders, especially those of Valyrian blood like Daenerys. This bond is more than just emotional. It's spiritual. In many ways, dragons and their riders are extensions of each other. It's possible that Drogon didn't just feel grief. He felt a part of himself die when Daenerys did. In Valyrian lore, it is said that the dragon is one with the flame of its rider. So when Drogon took Daenerys' body away, it was not just to protect her remains, but to preserve her memory, or to take her somewhere important, perhaps somewhere magical. Which leads us to Valyria, the final flight. Tyrion tells us later in the finale that Drogon was last seen flying east towards Volantis. But many fans believe that Drogon wasn't just flying aimlessly, he was returning home. Valyria, the ruined homeland of the Targaryens, once the center of the Valyrian freehold and the source of dragon-riding bloodlines. Could Drogon have taken Daenerys to Valyria to lay her to rest among her ancestors? Some fans believe so. Valyria, shrouded in magic and cursed ruins, is still a place deeply connected to dragons and fire magic. And perhaps Drogon knew instinctively that it was the only place her soul could rest or return. Now here's where the story gets even more mysterious. Daenerys' death left a vacuum, not just of power, but of destiny. She was believed by many to be the chosen one. Could her story really end that way? There are theories, some wild, some compelling, that Drogon was taking her to someone who could bring her back. Think about it. Jon Snow himself was resurrected by Melisandre, a red priestess of the Lord of Light. And where is the greatest center of R'hllora worship? Volantis. The Red Temple of Volantis is said to be the largest in the world and home to thousands of red priests and priestesses. Could Drogon have been guided by instinct, or even magic, to bring Daenerys to Volantis in hopes of resurrection? What if she could come back? What if her story isn't over? Drogon as a symbol. Let's step back from fantasy and resurrection for a moment and look at this scene symbolically. Drogon's destruction of the Iron Throne and removal of Daenerys' body serves as a metaphor. A rejection of power. A rejection of the corrupting throne that destroyed generations of rulers and finally broke Daenerys. The throne didn't just kill her, it transformed her. So when Drogon flies away, he's not just grieving, he's freeing her. From the throne, from Westeros, From everything that corrupted her dream. It's a dragon's final act of rebellion. And maybe redemption. David Benioff and D.B. Weiss were asked directly, where did Drogon go? Their answer? He's flying east. We don't know where exactly. They left it open-ended, but that was deliberate. The mystery fuels imagination. Emilia Clarke also once joked in an interview that Drogon was taking her to a very skilled red priestess who's going to bring her back. While meant in jest, it sparks serious fan theories that have only grown louder. HBO is developing spin-offs. And who knows? The future of Daenerys Targaryen may not be as buried as her body. Jon Snow's guilt and the sequel connection. Let's not forget Jon. After killing Daenerys, he's exiled, sent back to the Night's Watch. But he's not the same man. He's haunted. And when Drogon flies off with Daenerys' body, it's almost as if he's taking Jon's guilt with him, but leaving behind an open wound. Now with the upcoming Jon Snow sequel series confirmed by HBO, fans are speculating. What if the sequel explores Jon hunting Drogon? What if he learns that Daenerys was resurrected, or that her soul lives on? Could Drogon reappear? Could Daenerys? The mystery of Drogon's flight leaves the door open to 1,000 possibilities. Let's quickly review the top theories. 1. Grief and love. Drogon took her body simply because he loved her and didn't want her desecrated. 2. Valyria. He flew east to return Daenerys to the land of her ancestors. 3. Resurrection in Volantis. Drogon sought out the Red Temple to bring her back. 4. Symbolism. Drogon's flight was a symbolic act of ending the Targaryen pursuit of the throne. 5. Sequel setup. The open-ended flight sets up a future storyline in Jon Snow's sequel. Each of these theories holds weight, and none are officially confirmed or denied, which makes the story all the more powerful. In the end, maybe Drogon's flight isn't just about where he went, but why he left. Because in a world where thrones were forged by blood and fire, perhaps the only true act of love was to fly away from it all. Whether Daenerys rests in the ashes of Valyria or sleeps beneath the stars in some distant land, her story lives on. Through Drogon, through Jon Snow, and through every fan who still wonders where the Mother of Dragons truly went. If you love this breakdown, hit that like button, share your theory in the comments, and subscribe for more epic Game of Thrones content. And remember, fire cannot kill a dragon, and maybe death couldn't stop Daenerys either. Each of these theories holds weight, and none are officially confirmed or denied, which makes the story all the more powerful. In the end, maybe Drogon's flight isn't just about where he went, but why he left. Because in a world where thrones were forged by blood and fire, perhaps the only true act of love was to fly away from it all. Whether Daenerys rests in the ashes of Valyria or sleeps beneath the stars in some distant land, her story lives on.